Thank you very much. Welcome back to what is the last right stuff of the week with Yasmin Ellie Brown, Kieran Bracken and neighbour star Ashley Brewer. Don't forget, for our last phone in of the week, I want to know if new dads glow, and if so, why. 0207 173 5555. That's the number for your thoughts and for your theories. All right, Kirsty wants to tell us something.
Sorry, you know the article we were talking about earlier about underwire bras, they can kill you?
Yeah, bras.
Well, I've had this email from Alan, it's a good one, he's in Aberdeen, and he says, this is to do with walking in the hills using a compass. Sorry. Objects such as phones, cameras, underwired bras or other metal or magnetic objects
Walking
close to the compass could cause a walker to be steered off course because the compass is affected. Hang on there. Your health could indeed be severely affected if you fall off a mountain whilst relying on a compass that is affected by other objects.
You don't seem to be taking this seriously, Kirsty.
I don't wear underwire bras. Oh, I don't have
that one's for you guys. Right then, let's get serious, semi-serious. Is it okay to drug tots to keep them quiet during long-haul flights? Should it even be compulsory? Mum of 4, Shona Sibury, raised eyebrows this week after fessing up to doping her 1-year-old daughter with sedatives to stop her bawling on planes. And Shona doesn't just dope little Flo with antihistamines when she plays off on a flight. She's quite prepared to get her to swallow a spoonful of Phenergan elixir before the plane has even taken off. She's admitted she drugs her daughter not just to calm her down, to stop temper tantrums, but also to avoid getting the evil eye from other passengers. It's a baby. Her comments are about as divisive as Maggie Thatcher's legacy. Literally hundreds of mums have subsequently confessed to doing exactly the same, while others are outraged by the very notion of drugging a child. It's a form of child abuse, some say. Now, it's worth noting that a Phenergan elixir is available over the counter. It's for treating allergies, motion sickness, and it's also a sleep aid. But should we be concerned that on the small print on the side of the medicine, it's listed as only safe for kiddies 2 and over? Now, doctors, by and large, we've spoken to a few this morning, are actually pretty cool with you drugging your kids, so long as the medicine is age appropriate, but they do warn against regular use. In Victorian times, it was common practice for parents to dole out gin or indeed opium to get their kids to sleep. That's why they call them the good old days. It was only in 1982 that they removed alcohol from gripe water. I was given the strong stuff when I was teething. Never did me no harm. So why are we so squeamish about drugging babies? Well, I'm delighted to say that Shona's on the line right now. Morning, Shona.
Hello, hi.
I'm glad that we can speak to you, that social services haven't yet taken you away.
No, and I've drugged my children just so that I can have a chat with you for 2 minutes.
Now, on the serious side, first of all, were you aware that the medicine is really only rated as safe for children of 2 and above?
Well, when I first sedated, and I prefer to use the word sedate than drug, although I suppose it does amount to the same thing, but when I first sedated my daughter, Flo, the regulations weren't as tight, and that was about 13 years ago.
Okay. So, yeah, okay.
So the first time I did it, I didn't think there was a problem with it. In fact, I still don't, and even though doctors do recommend that you shouldn't use it in under 2s, you know, I don't know whether they've changed, and not for any reason that's, you know, I'm not aware of any 2-year-old that's had a problem on a flight with being sedated. And there's been such an outrage in the last week about this.
Are you surprised by the strength of feeling?
Well, I really am. I was really surprised because I don't actually see what's wrong with it. If an antihistamine is sold over the counter and a GP is saying that you can use it to help your child sleep at home, then why not use it on a plane when they're in an unnatural environment at 37,000 feet, stuck in an aluminium tube with 300 strangers? I mean, most adults find that a difficult environment.
Well, should we go one step further? Come on, Shona, work with me here. We make it compulsory to drug kids.
Well, that may be a step too far, but I think until the airline industry do something to help mothers with small children on planes, then mothers are going to resort to these methods. I mean, in the past, stewardesses would remove the baby and plonk its dummy in a bottle of brandy and hand it back, just to be kinder to the other passengers.
Yeah.
Obviously, that isn't very PC nowadays, but I think mothers will resort to sedating children on flights until airlines make it easier, more comfortable for mothers to travel with children.
OK, Shona, listen, bless you. Thank you for coming on the phone.
I've given my children, and not necessarily on planes either. So am I supposed to feel really guilty when it turned out all right?
I don't know.
In fact, my mum, who secretly was a brandy drinker, used to give my son teaspoons of brandy when he wouldn't settle. So I confess. And I do think that these mums network sites can be a little bit hysterical.
Little bit hysterical?
A little bit hysterical, yes. Come on, you know.
I've seen some of the things they say about me, devil child and things like that. Yeah, that's some of the nicer stuff.
You know, mums have
Not
enough
wrong
guilt.
There. Thanks very much.
We have enough guilt without mums adding to it.
Now, actually, you're probably the most recent person, or the most recent been on a flight here. Do you get trouble when you travel by screaming babies?
Well, look, I've got to say my pain threshold is pretty good, but look, I just put my headphones in and I don't hear anyone or anything. I guess...
Have you not ever experienced this?
I know, oh no, that's annoying.
It's not what it seems like, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe that didn't come across so well on television. I don't think it did it? Right, OK. No, the thump in the back of the chair. That's what I was alluding to. I'm blushing.
All right.
I might have a swig of this.
Yeah, we need to give you something out now.
Pain threshold is very high.
Yeah, my pain threshold out. What was we were saying earlier, and well, I can kind of, I mean, I'm not a parent, and I know everyone tunes out when a 20-something starts talking about parenting, but it's just...
in this country, most people are surprised if you're 20 and you haven't got a child, and it's on social services. Yeah.
I just think, I know that people do it, and I guess it's fine, but maybe don't trial it in a plane.
Try it at home first of all.
Try it at
That's
home,
probably very
because
sage
I
advice.
think if you're stuck in the air, like she was saying, inside a plane, some normal environment, which means there's not a lot of medical assistance. That's probably my only qualm with this.
That's actually a very sensible thing to say, which I haven't seen on most of the online postings. And okay, and you've got concerns about this, haven't you? Genuine concerns.
No, I mean...
What you were saying during the break, what if the plane crashes?
No,
it doesn't happen very often, Kieran.
No, that is true. I mean, I think you're right. I think Ashley's is right in saying that you should trial it with your kids and see if there's an issue or a reaction.
Have you done
Do you know what? I just have to say, we just came back from Dubai a couple of days. I've got 3 boys, and they're all nutters. They're great. They're nutters, though. And they're sitting in all together, the 4 of them, and with my wife, and I was in the front one. And the lady looked at me, in the seat, and she looked at me and went, God, this is going to be a tough plane journey.
Why weren't you sitting with your boys?
There's only 4 seats.
Why was your wife supposed to do that and not the dad?
Yasmin, come on.
Because we did paper, scissors, sewn, right? So I'm on the front one, and the lady looked at me. She went, "Oh, this is going to be a tough flight, isn't it?" I said, "Why?" And she's going, 3 kids back there, right? And then suddenly this head appeared, my youngest, going, "Daddy!" And the poor girl...
And you said, just shut up and drink your Fenergen.
No, but I think, you know what, there's 2 types of parents on a plane. There's the embarrassed type, which we are, my wife and I. When they were a little bit younger, they're running around, they're grabbing, they're kicking, and you just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then you have the other type, a parent who just doesn't care, puts the earphones on, carry on. My first flight with my wife to Mexico on a date, fantastic, beautiful holiday, and there were 2 kids behind us, kicking, the same sort of thing. Not quite like the way you did it. They're kicking.
No,
and the parents were next, and we said, "Please, can we swap seats?" And they said no.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to travel with this from now on, and I'll dose their drinks. Is that legal? Is that legal? Let's throw it open to you. Do we approve of drugging babies, tots, teenagers on planes?